Hello guys, I am Tara, the author of the Dining on a Dime cookbook set. This is volume 2. Volume 1 and volume 2 are a set. That means they go together, but they're not the same material. Completely new recipes in our new Dining on a Dime volume 2. Over 800 recipes and tips. And in this cookbook, we are making today our Texas Roadhouse roll copycat and Texas Roadhouse honey butter yum rummo. So the Texas Roadhouse rolls are on page 97. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and start my yeast. And then I'm going to make the honey butter, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. So I'm taking some hot water. I've got some water, and the temperature is just slightly too hot. So that other one was too cold, and now it's too hot. So we're going to give it just a second to cool down. Now, how to tell if your water is too hot. If you don't have a digital thermometer, this is in our Amazon store. Mike will put it in there. But if you don't have a digital thermometer, my favorite kitchen tool ever now, you can put your finger in the hot water, and if, like, it's too hot for me to hold my finger in there, okay? You want it hot. You want it very hot, but you don't want it so hot that you can't keep your finger in there, okay? Now, it'll cool down really quick. All right. I mean, actually, we're just about there, just a couple more degrees. I am using instant yeast today. It goes quicker than the active dry yeast. You can use either yeast that you want. Okay, now I'm right there. All right, 110 to 120 degrees is what you want your yeast water to be, okay? This is in, the recipe is in the description below. We always have the recipes on the show in the description, okay?
And so, a couple of people asked, this is from volume 2 of Dining on a Dime.
This is volume 2, Dining on a Dime. The Texas Roadhouse rolls are on page 97, and then the honey butter is on 335. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit, and then I'll show you what it looks like so you can see it now. And then I'll show you what it looks like in just a minute when it starts to bloom. Bloom, bloom. Okay, so what you're going to do for the honey butter, so I make the honey butter while I'm waiting for the yeast, okay? Now, you want your butter pretty soft. I mean, you don't want it melted, but you want it really soft. Now, let me see. Now, no, that's not soft enough. Okay, so I'm going to nuke it in the microwave for just about, not even, maybe 10 seconds. For just about 10 seconds, just to get it softened just a little bit more. But you don't want it melted. If you get it melted, it's not going to do you any good. So you want it soft, but not melted, okay? All right.
Candace wants to know if you keep your yeast in the freezer.
I keep my yeast in one of these in the cabinet, and then my big package of yeast that I always buy because it's cheaper, the big package of yeast that's like £1 on Amazon or Sam's, Costco, wherever you want to get it, it costs the same amount as one of these jars at the grocery store. So I keep that in the freezer, and then I just refill my jar from the freezer. Okay? All right, we're going to mix up. Dave, get ready to turn the volume down. We're going to whip up our butter just a little bit here. All right. Can you see how that looks like? Then what we're going to do is we're going to add our cinnamon and our powdered sugar. Now this is just like the Texas Roadhouse honey butter. I mean, it is just so delicious. It's just indescribable. Okay, so here's a little funny factoid. You guys want to know something funny? This is the recipe that, let's see, how many years ago was it? It would have been 2014. This is the recipe in 2014 that just blew up our Facebook page. I literally went from like 1,000 people on my Facebook page to 400,000 in just a couple of months from this recipe. It just absolutely went crazy. Okay, here we go. All right, that's it for the honey butter. Now, why I make the honey butter first is so that I don't have to clean my beaters in between, okay? So then I can just keep my beaters. Now, here is, can you guys see the yeast, how it's foaming up? See how nice and foamy that's getting? Okay, that is exactly what you want. So, what we're gonna do is now we're going back to our recipe. We're going to add, oops, I forgot I was supposed to use milk and not water to do my yeast. Oh, I am so sorry, I did not follow the recipe. Beat me with a wet noodle. Okay, here's my milk. And here is my butter. Now, if you want to warm your milk and butter, you can. Just make sure you don't get it above 120 degrees or it'll kill your yeast then. But this is soft enough that I don't need to. So we've got our milk and our butter, our yeast mixture right there. Then we've got our egg right here. These are like super simple dinner rolls, guys. Our sugar, then our salt right here, because the world needs more salt, people. All right there. Do you guys like my grandma's old salt shaker? Isn't that cool? And then we're gonna add the flour. Now, once again, this is in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 2. You can get it in the description below. Right here, just for those of you starting out, Dining on a Dime cookbook, page 97 right there. That's the recipe for the Texas Roadhouse dinner rolls. They are super yummy. Okay, so now you're supposed to mix this for 2 minutes. I'm not gonna mix it for 2 minutes. I'm just gonna get it mixed in just so you guys don't have to listen to the mixer for 2 minutes. But mix this for 2 minutes, okay? When you mix it with the mixer for 2 minutes, that cuts off a lot of your kneading time. So you don't need to knead it as long. But just for the purposes of today's show, I am just doing it for the 30 seconds or whatever I did. Okay, so then you're gonna put in almost the rest of your flour, another couple of cups of flour. Let me see if my made for television ones are done. Ooh, wow, they're like super, super close. Okay, almost. Okay, so then you're gonna stir in the rest of your flour.
So we're making Texas Roadhouse copycat rolls. Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh
Yep.
dear, did I put in too much flour? I may have put in too much flour. Okay, we will see if I put in too much flour. Now, I am only using a glove because I don't want to dig the dough out of my freshly put on nails last night. I normally just use my hands, but for the show, I don't want to have to spend time digging out the dough. Now, you want to put in enough flour so that it's not a sticky dough, but you don't want it to be real stiff dough either. So see this extra flour here? I think I put a little too much in, so I'm just going to leave that to the side until I see if I need it. As I'm kneading it. Oh, did you get that?
Yep.
That was so funny. I crack me up some days, you know.
Yes.
Okay, I did put just a little bit too much flour in. You want it to be just a little bit stickier than this, but that's okay. My 1 cup measure has disappeared again. I don't know who unloaded the dishwasher, but somehow it got put in the dishwasher and then it disappeared.
Lisa loves our salt shaker.
Thank you. That was my great-grandma's, the one that our daughter's named after. Okay. So then, what you're going to do, so I had that much extra flour, okay? So that's a lot. But, just so you see, you want a fairly smooth dough. And fairly sticky dough. Actually, this is just about right now. Now, I'm going to raise my dough. I knead my dough in the bowl so I don't make a big mess on the counter. And I also rise my dough in the same bowl. And I just spray the bowl, blop my dough in there. Whoops, center it, I guess. And then spray the top. And that lets it rise. So then what I do, you can come back to me, Dave. So then what I do is I I preheat the oven to about 100 degrees, okay? Oh, by the way, if you guys want aprons, I still have some aprons left. Get it together, people.
Yay.
I know a lot of moms who could use this apron.
Autumn said I wore my Get It Together People apron the other day. When UPS guy pulled up, he said we needed to have it put on a billboard for the whole world to see.
Amen. Oh, my goodness.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I preheat my oven to about 115 degrees. And then I put my bowl in the oven, close the oven, and then I let it rise until it gets that big. Okay? So let me show you. So here it is in the bowl.
Oh.
And then it ends up about this big.
It was out of frame.
Okay? All right, so we're going to let this rise. Now, my Made for TV got done just a little too soon, but that's okay. Then, what you're going to do is we'll pretend that this has poofed up, okay? You're going to smush it down, and then what you're going to do is you can either cut it in half and roll it into a log and slice it, or what I do is I just pull off pieces and fold it underneath. See how I'm kind of folding it underneath to make a nice smooth top. And then I put them in my pan, and then I let them rise again. Then, and in a greased pan, okay? Then I bake them at 350 degrees. And then when you get them, they come out of the oven looking all yummy-licious like this. And what you do is you take your butter stick just like this, keep it on the stick, and just rub it all over the top. And just let all that butter, that yummy goodness, go down into your rolls. And then your family is going to start fighting over. See, Dave's already fighting. Now, oh, I forgot. Shoot, I forgot. Normally what I do is if I have butter like this, I'll just rub it all over like this. And I forgot to show that, okay? If I have a butter wrapper that's got butter all over it, okay? Then you let them cool for just a minute so your honey butter doesn't Whew. Whoa, so your honey butter doesn't... Dave already has a plate.
What? I'm really hungry.
ready.
I haven't eaten for...
You haven't eaten? Okay, so these are super hot. Let them cool for just a minute. Holy moly. Okay, now I'm gonna let this cool for just a second. But here's the thing, I wanna say one other thing. Now, is my mother on here?
Go back up.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
sorry.
Mother, avert your eyes.
Oh no.
My mother's gonna be very angry with me.
Did you steal her
No.
baking grease?
So, I found this after the kids left when I cleaned out the refrigerator. Mom! Don't yell at me. My mother asked for bacon grease, and I didn't think I had any, and I found a whole jar. Now, if you grease your pan with bacon grease, this is Mom's tip, it makes a super, super yummy taste on your rolls, and it gives it a really good flavor, but it doesn't really taste like bacon. Okay, whoops, this one did not turn out perfectly, but there you go, right there.
Ooh.
Wait, they could not.
What is that
Okay,
you put on there?
The
I wasn't
honey
paying
butter.
They could
attention.
not see it.
okay,
Oh, that's the honey butter. Oh, okay.
Okay, there you go.
okay. Here we go, Dave.
Man,
Jack, do you want a bun?
that's really good.
Who's got the best cook in the whole wide world?
I do.
That's how you make it, guys.
I'll have another half.
I mean, it is that. Hold on, it's super hot. Get you a plate. It is that simple. Dining on a Dime, Volume 2. Super, super easy.